All right. On today's stream, we're going to be playing some Boros Convoke. This is an aggressive strategy in Pioneer, centered around two very powerful top end cards with Convoke. One is Knight Errant of Eos, lets you churn through your deck, find some specific creatures like Immodane's Recruiter and other things that deal burst damage. It's a good refresh for your resources, and it's free or very cheap. Venerated Luxodon. Okay. Computer frozen. Okay. Venerated Luxon, basically the same thing, except instead of giving you cards, it gives you more power. So this card's going to be strong against, say, Lotus Field, other combo decks, other aggressive decks, but it's going to be weaker than Knight Errant of Eos against control. Knight Errant gives you a couple of pieces of refresh after you get hit with Supreme Verdict or other sweeper effects. Immodane's Recruiter. This is a newer addition to the deck that was once Reckless Bushwhacker. Immodane's Recruiter is getting the nod because it just costs 3 for a very strong effect, whereas Reckless Bushwhacker needs to have another card paired with it to do anything. And then also because it's a human and because of trained troops on the adventure side, all being quite strong. The human matters for Cavernous Souls specifically. We're playing Cavernous Souls now in the deck in order to punish Zora's Control for sitting back on No More Lies and other counterspells, effectively allowing Knight Errant, Venerated Luxodon, Thalia, and Immodane's Recruiter to resolve through Absorb and other counterspells. We have 2 main deck and 2 in the board, or 1 in the board to bring in against them. Our 2-drop slot, we have 2 copies of Thalia, Garden of Thraben. This is a great disruptive element. Doesn't affect us very much. Our deck is almost all creatures except for Gleeful Demolition. We have a couple copies of Resolute Reinforcements to fill out the curve, but this is, in my opinion, the weakest card in the deck. We have 4 copies of Gleeful Demolition. This and Ornithopter allow us to essentially break the spending ratio on Convoke so that we can actually play our Convoke creature ahead of schedule on turn 2 specifically. Gleeful Demolition allowing for the turn 2 Knight Errant or Venerated is awesome. And there's just like no other card like it in the format for this strategy. Our rest of our deck is basically just these 1-drops that generate artifacts. We got Novice Inspector, Thraben Inspector is the same card. We got Voldaren Epicure, pairs nicely with those inspectors to make bodies that also generate an artifact for the Gleeful. Those artifacts also do reasonable things as well, sacrificing the blood. The discard an extra land and draw is nice. Spending 2 mana to crack Occluded draw is awesome. But more specifically, this newer 1-drop of Warden of the Inner Sky, having game pieces just lying around allows you to buff it and scry. And once it gets up to 4 power, it can start attacking through the air with Vigilance. It's very difficult to beat for a lot of strategies because it's a huge threat for only 1 mana. And all of the scry effects end up making your early draw significantly better. Warden of the Inner Sky is one of the best types of creatures you could have for the Convoke strategy because it is both an enabler to help cast the Knight Errant and Venerated Luxodon on time, but it's also a payoff like those 2 because it gives you something to do with all of your extra permanents. I've considered and played Sunshot Militia before. I do think Sunshot Militia is almost good enough. And there could be a build that it is good enough. And it's possible that one of them over Resolute Reinforcements is fine. I like that it's a human, so Cavern on Human allows you to play the Sunshot Militia. And if I go up to 22 lands, which I've done a couple times, I'll likely cut the 2 Resolute Reinforcements and then play 1 of the Sunshots. You could play a 3rd Thalia. I'm not the hugest fan of the 3rd Thalia. I feel like it gets gummed up in your hand quite a bit. 2 Thalia has been nice for me, and then the 2 Ridanes in the sideboard combined with the Thalia to give a little bit of disruption against sweeper-based strategies. Mana base, pretty straightforward. Bunch of dual lands. The caverns we've discussed. 1 Sokinzon, 1 Shefet Dunes, and 1 Aganjo as our lands that do stuff. Gigantha as a companion to help us do some stuff as well with our extra mana. Our sideboard, 3 copies of Dustrose Reliquary. We're getting into the point where we have a bunch of large creatures in the format that we need to deal with. Dustrose is a great way to do that. And sacking a permanent against those matchups is not that big of a deal. I really like that the Dusk Rose has Ward 2, which makes disenchants like Boseiju a little bit harder to get online. 3 copies of a Containment Priest. This is mostly for the Amalia matchup. Stops Court of Calling and Collect a Company. It can come in against Creativity and other things as well. 2 Lorn of the Third Path. This is a really nice disenchant to find off of Knight Iron of Eos. It's great against Temporary Lockdown and a number of other artifacts and enchantments that could be thrown your way. The 2 Ridanes on the board are great with Thalia, but then Valkymir is also excellent against Rakdos Sacrifice, although Rakdos Sacrifice falling off in popularity a bit lately. 3 copies of Wedding Announcement. Wedding Announcement is an excellent sideboard option against the attrition matchups. The Rakdos deck going to Vampires instead of regular Rakdos midrange makes this a little bit worse because they can kind of ignore it. But I think we'll be bringing in Dust Rose Reliquary against them and be pretty happy about it. This is Boros Convoke. Let's play a league. Unfortunately, got a mulligan. If this had any of our 1-drops in hand, I would probably keep. Alright, another pretty weak one. I think I'm going to mulligan again. Maybe I'll keep this one, though. And just hope that we draw into one of our things. We can't do a turn 2, but we can do a turn 3 if we draw any of our 16 artifacts. Going to 5 is tough, though. You need a lot of game pieces to actually do stuff in this deck. I should have went to 5, though. We're going to lose to old Lotus Field. There's another thing in our sideboard. We could have Damning Sphere, Alpine Moon to fight this matchup. I think that we're usually fast enough with the Imidane's Recruiters. But maybe not. And we're definitely not fast enough this game. Did I see the Goldfish 7-day spread of Modern? No, I didn't. I despise Lotus Field. I despise Lotus Field. I guess we just have to play like 2 Alpine Moons. Oh my god, they don't have anything? That's weird. 2 decks that suck. 2 decks that suck. Doing things that are bad. Alright, I guess we'll just go for demo here. And then Knight Errant for full 5. Alright, and then we'll play a 1-drop, and the next turn we'll Imidanes. But they didn't Lotus Field last turn, so we actually have a good chance of winning now, I think. They are pretty great at hitting Lotus Field. Oh, I guess they just have the Charm. That's what... Okay. The Charm is something that I'm mostly new to playing against, because I was playing a lot of Standard during the Pro Tour time period. Let's see. I guess we take the Thraben. Maybe I don't think we'll need the Venerated. I'll take the Resolute and the Thraben. Yeah. I did not see the spread though for Modern for the first week, but that's cool. I'm glad that the format seems healthy. I played a little bit yesterday, and I played a little bit earlier in the week with some Rhinos, but it's just such a grindy format, man. The games just take a long time. Every time I watch a Modern streamer, they're just like streaming 8 hours and they play 3 leagues or whatever. It's just a lot. Oh, I should have buffed this. That was a mistake. Hopefully it doesn't bite me, but it probably will. We might die this turn. They can copy this and then untap. Pretty happy about Pour Over the Pages here. If they just copy this and pass turn, I can't kill them next turn, and they're very likely dead. Or I'm very likely dead on the next turn. It's very difficult for them to win the game without 2 Lotus Fields. That's why the deck is built like it is and why it operates like it does. And the people you see that have the most experience will often sacrifice an entire turn just to make a second Lotus Field before casting things like Pour Over the Pages or Hidden Strings. Kodak, thanks for the follow. Coffee says, you remember the Twitch Builds Niv decks? Those are your favorite? I enjoy the Twitch Builds Niv decks as well. I enjoy Twitch Builds as a concept. It's very fun. I liked it better when it was $5 a card and everybody was super into it and gave me money. That felt nice. Hard to do that these days, man. Everybody's broke. Everybody's broke. It's like All the money somehow funneled all the way to the top again. Weird. Weird how that happens. You missed no changes? Oh, mono green Devo. Rip Karn. Alright, they discarded Balged. Well, deck knocks still happen. They're just more virtual knocks. Alright, what do I need here? Nothing? Oh my god. So they can copy and they're probably going to kill me next turn, but the Immodanes is not lethal. Alright, whatever. I'll just play an attack. Alright, so they'll chump Knight, take 5, take 15, down to 4. Then they'll copy Lotus Field and try to kill me. And they'll probably take 15 minutes to do it. So let's just, what do y'all want to do for the next 15 minutes, chat? What do y'all want to do for the next 15 minutes while they combo kill me? This opponent is playing extremely slow. Lotus is more cringe than Titan. I extremely dislike how hard it is to interact. I feel like the games against Lotus are never like this looks close, but the deck is built in such a way that this is calculated, right? Like, oh my god, I almost killed Lotus. Like my brother, I dealt them so much damage by turn 4 and have 15 creatures in play, and it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is after sideboard having Alpine Moon, Damning Sphere, or just like an insane amount of disruption. All right, I'm just gonna concede, save us some time. Yeah, exactly. Winning by 1 is the same as 20. So it's while there's more things, it's not really anything. I'm just gonna cut 2 Resolute for 2 Immodain or 2 Raiden. Our sideboard has very little for this matchup. It's possible that we should just have a bunch of Damning Spheres. Damning Sphere hurts us too, though. We play a lot of double spell games, so Alpine Moon's probably it, but Alpine Moon can get a little awkward with Cavern of Souls. Alright, we'll put back the Recruiter because we don't have the land for it. I don't think... So I have more white 1-drops than I have red 1-drops, so we'll lead with Thraben. Alright, so we'll go red. And I guess I'll hold the Ornithopter. Attack for 1. I think I'm going to discard one of the Knight Errants, and that way, and then when I cast one next turn, I doubt I'll ever need the second one. Alright, well, them starting with 2 lands tapped is good. If they go Arboreal Grazer into Lotus, I don't think we'll be fast enough. But other than that, we might be fast enough. Thanks, Pursuit. Appreciate you. Appreciate the well wishes from everyone. Alright, so let's go Knight Errant with some mana floating. See if we can find some stuff to play. Thalia and a Warden, okay. Alright, we'll go for Sacred Foundry, play Warden, then buff it once. Ornithopter, we can put that on the bottom now. And next turn with the Thalia, that might be enough to slow them down. So that we can maybe attack for lethal. I feel weird about putting back the Immodanes, but I think with the way my hand was constructed, it was right. But I really miss it here, obviously, being able to do some serious burst damage over the next 2 turns. But we're doing a lot of damage over the next 2 turns anyway, and I think we'll be able to kill them in 2 swings. They did not Lotus, but that means they're going to EOT do it with the charm. All right, let's lead off here with Thalia. They'll charm in response. They didn't charm in response, so that means they're probably dead. All right, we'll just attack with these. I have to imagine that they just made a huge blunder on the Thalia because it's an alternate art. I'll play the Battlefield Forge and crack the clue. Yeah, they're like pausing here. I thought the way my opponent was playing in game one, it made it feel like they were maybe a little newer to the archetype, maybe new to Pioneer. But the moment that they let this resolve, I was pretty sure that they messed up, and it wasn't like a bad keep. They just misclicked or whatever. They should have Lotus Field going now, and maybe kill me through the Thalia, or maybe even have a Wrath effect, Supreme Verdict or something. But Thalia is quite good in the matchup, as you can see. Raiden is strong as well. Not as strong, but still strong. Alright. Time to race. Make sure to check out our sponsor, Games and Comics Paradise. GCP, Games and Comics Paradise, out of Fairfax, Virginia. You can check out their website at gcparadise.com. Pick up anything you need for singles, for any of your games, Lorcana, Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh! That's gcparadise.com. Game 3. Opener is pretty good. We got a nice curve. I'm hoping that Thalia just puts a serious wrench in their plan. If they go turn 1 Grazer, Thalia is a bit worse. But even still, we'll see what we can do. Maybe Raiden plus Thalia will be a little too much for him, but probably not. The Grazer stuff is just extremely awkward. Like, it's so good against creature-based strategies because it ramps you while playing some significant defense. Well, they did not Lotus. And if they don't have another land, the Archmage's Charm might get locked in their hand with the Thalia. It's funny to me that they play Temple of Mystery over the Surveil land. I understand why, but it's still funny. Alright, so next turn we can play Raiden, or we can play double 1-drop Knight Errant. I think I'll probably play double 1-drop Knight Errant into a third 1-drop, and then look for Imidanes also. If I draw a 5th creature, I'll just full Convoke. Alright, Thalia, I think, messing up their Archdruid's Charm, so really nice stuff here. And if we hit the... Alright, so we can't do the... We can't play another creature this turn, but next turn we can do some serious stuff. Alright, Warden and Epicure for damage. Alright, so we're not afraid of the charm. And we're not afraid of sweepers. So here Thalia is saving our bacon. That's the only thing I can think. Them having Temple of Mystery be their third land and Thalia makes the Archer Charm significantly worse. But I still think that we probably want some number of like Alpine Moon or Damning Through in the sideboard for the matchup. You just have to like... You know when you go to the doctor and they say that they're going to give you broad spectrum antibiotics because they're not really sure what's wrong, but they know that there's something wrong, and they just have a cocktail of stuff. It's just like they shoot it into you, and one of the 5 things solves your problem. That's kind of how you're supposed to build sideboards, and we have missed a really important one. I'm gonna go Warden. We're gonna run right into Sweeper of some kind, maybe, but let's tap these three to scry, see if the top card is Imbidanes or similar. These aren't attacking this turn anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, we'll play Rhydane, and then I'll just buff this thing a couple times and attack with everybody. And again, even though the Archer Charm has like the buff fight, we don't have to worry about that as well. Which is nice. I think so. The last couple of streams, I've been having some technical difficulties too, and I think that I've worked those out as well. So if you have been in chat when that's been happening, I think it's over, which is nice. Thanks, Living Wind. Appreciate it. Top card's Ornithopter. All right, now we'll just swing in, and I don't even think we're doing lethal next turn either. So my guess is they'll chump with Grazer -4. They take 5 down to 14. Nope. So they're going to save that for next turn. Alright, they found the land. So now they can Archer Charm to fight Thalia and put a counter on Grazer, I think. But I don't know if that's even better than just going to get Lotus Field. Now, I guess the question is, can we find lethal this turn? Let's try. Because we can grow a couple times with Warden. It can get blocked, though. So I want to be able to pop the blood for 1 and then play Imbidanes. So let's go Clue, Ornithopter tapped. Top card's not Imbidanes, but it can be Epicure, and so we can crack and double Epicure. Is that lethal? Okay, so let's say they go get Lotus Field for 4. They block here. They take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, okay, so let's just put this on top. And we'll force the Warden block, but also we're just attacking with lethal outside of that. And I think 1 Epicure is actually lethal through the Arboreal Grazer block. So I don't even think that we need the Epicure on top, but this actually makes it so that they can go like block Knight Errant, buff fight Thalia to maybe survive, but then they still have to beat Rhydane and a big board with no Lotus Fields. But if they have Lotus Field off the top of the deck, they can like float mana, Lotus Field, untap it, play Anger of the Gods, Temporary Lockdown, or whatever. Something like that. So let's just try to punch through enough here. All in, baby. All right, so 1, 2, 3. All right, swanging. So they're basically forced to burn the Archer Charm to not die. But I think that it's going to make it so that them not having Lotus Field in play is probably too slow. But they could just maybe draw Lotus Field and do something. So let's just hope that they draw something that sucks. MVP? MVP, games 2 and 3. Makes Archer Charm significantly worse. Alright, so they do exactly what we thought they were going to do. And they block Warden. They take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 down to 1. Couldn't quite punch through lethal through the Archer Charm. But they just concede. Okay. All right, this hand looks pretty good. I'm gonna keep. Depending on the matchup, we can turn to Knight Errant, or we can just turn to Thalia. Slange on Amalia. That makes sense. Amalia is a great deck. People don't like to play against it either, and so they'll concede to the combo pretty quickly, I think. Whereas against Lotus, I think they just hate playing against Lotus. Back up. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, chat. Basically, my Streamlabs OBS just freezes, and I don't know why. And it does it at random intervals, so I apologize. I'm using Slobs, Jarvis. I've used it basically the entire time I've streamed, though. Okay, so Human. No, I guess we should name Human. We can't play the Knight Errant this turn, so I'm just gonna play Thalia and mess up their life. Yeah, it's like literally never messed up for me until the last like month. It's been freezing up on me. I don't really know what to do about it. All right, let's go Epicure demo Knight Errant. All right, we'll take another. Let's see, Imidane's for sure for burst, and then I guess just Knight Errant to win the longer game. I guess I could go for Ornithopter for damage output next turn. Let's do that. Oh, they should have done that aeons ago. Oh, they're playing creativity. Thought they were playing Phoenix. I was playing in a weird way. Might die now. I guess I just hope that it's Gear Hulk. I was not playing for the creativity game. I was playing for the Phoenix game. Maybe the Torture Tower should have signified that it wasn't Phoenix. Alright, they're chump blocking. I guess that's good news-ish for me. They're at 7, so even if they have a sweeper here, they're pretty low. Couple counter spells that the Cavern was maybe honking on. Alright, nice. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is, but it just stopped working recently-ish. Alright, so let's go. I want a lot of sideboard cards here. I'm into all of these. I'm not sure I'll be able to get them all in the deck, but I'm into them. And then I don't think this is a matchup where Venerate is that good. Maybe trim an Ornithopter and a demo. Warden's pretty weak in the matchup, actually. Do this. At the Ganjo. Just maybe cut all the Wardens. Maybe the Weddings are bad, though. It's not really about that. Let's maybe trim the Weddings. Let's leave in the Wardens. They just, like, get popped early. But they are just, like, serious pressure that the opponent has to deal with. Let's try this. Game would have been a lot different. My opponent just Torture Towered my Thalia. But they were trying to play around the legendary one, but the moment that I played demo, they should have killed it. Especially because I didn't attack with it. Alright, we're gonna play the Warden. Probably gonna die. I guess we can go human. We can go Thraben first instead. And this will make sure that if they kill it, they're killing a bad one. The next one we go Warden, Ornithopter, Scry. And then even if they kill it, we get the Scry ability off. Alright, let's go Ornithopter, see if they counter. If they do, I don't care. My guess is they're going to torch this. Oh, they didn't. I'm going to keep the Novice Inspector on top. Just another thing. They're probably going to hit me with anger here. And then we can go Inspector plus draw card. Oh, it's running volume. Okay, that's good news-ish. Secrets of the Key. Secrets is pretty scary. Next turn we can go Inspector plus Knight Errant, though. If they go Fable, we'll probably just Lauren it to blow it up. Alright, let's go Novice. And they'll play Knight Errant with Cavern. This is one of the reasons why I really like Convoke right now, because we get to play Cavern, and Cavern is excellent at the moment. Going to deduce in response. Alright, we'll take Raidain and Thalia. And now next turn we get to attack for a bunch, and then we can play Thalia through... I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they do. Creativity is always really scary to play against. Because they can just go Red Source Creativity for 1, and if it's Atraxa, I don't think we can win, right? But if it's X equals 2 or Gearhulk, we're maybe okay. Have I tried Inti in the shell? No, but I do think Inti is great. And it is also human. And it's... I actually thought about putting it in my standard version. Alright, so Emidanes is not lethal. They can Mirix to make a token, but then they can maybe go for a kill next turn, so we just gotta go for... Let's attack and then see what they do. Tornado Bones, thank you so much. Appreciate the 36 months. A long time, appreciate you. That's 3 years, holy shit. Alright, so if we play Raidain, their counterspell that they obviously have is online. Thalia can get killed though, but they didn't kill anything last turn, so I'm just going to play Thalia and hope it's good enough. And then next turn we can Imidanes. Impulse and response, yeah. So now they can find a removal spell and then untap and do it. And we get punished if they... I don't know. I don't know if that was right. Maybe we should have just blown up a clue token with Loran. Maybe that was the secret. I would have loved to just drawn Containment Priest. That way I can just sit on it. Instead of having to deploy another thing into a sweeper. But at least Knight Errant dodges most of the sweepers. If they crack a clue, I feel very safe. Spikefield. Gross. Alright, we're probably dead. Alright, let's hope we're not dead, but we're probably dead. 5th land, X equals 2. 5th land, X equals 2. 5th land. Maybe it's island. Oh, it's nothing. That's great. Alright, so it says 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we can just Imidanes and threaten lethal. I guess that's... And I'm pretty sure they have a counter spell, so let's just do that. They just have to have another removal spell. Which they might. But they might also have to crack a clue to find it. But this being exactly lethal and the Cavernous Souls making it unaccounterable is like exactly why I want to do it. But you're seeing exactly how strong Cavern is. You can't really see it. But in this matchup, the way that they played, I was pretty sure they had a counterspell most of the time. Alright, well, they had the other removal spell. So let's hope they don't have Red Source Creativity. They torched the tower, though, so even Raiden wasn't good enough. It's like, I feel like they've had the counter for my stuff, the things that I'm playing, but they don't quite have it. They don't have all of it. So now they can anger, but they can't go for it. Alright, they had to crack the clue. I think that's probably game. Weird. I will keep. I have the turn 1 demo on the Ornithopter, which I'm going to do, so I can turn 2 Venerated. And then any 1-drops I draw, or if I draw the 2-drop creature, Resolute. Racing Photography, that sounds awesome. Hope it doesn't get rained out, though. That'd be a bummer for you. Yugito, it's pretty close, man. Pretty close. I'll show you the decklist link. There you go. Thoughtseize going to take my Luxodon. Luckily, I have Imdanes. We'll see if I can pressure my opponent a bit here. Hopefully, I draw a creature. A pretty good creature. I doubt I'll use the blood. And next turn, Imdanes is pretty strong because it lets me punch through their 2-drop. Even if they Thoughtseize me, I don't think I'm going to blood. Although maybe if they Thoughtseize me, I'll blood away the Imdanes. And then... But that way if I draw land, it just bricks them. And then next turn I could just buy Jegman. Oh, hell yeah, Living Win. It always feels nice to win, like, a local right before you play, like, a tournament that you really give a shit about, you know? Don't remind me. Okay. Main phase, kill that. I guess makes some sense. Alright, I'm going to play the Vantage because I don't want it entering tapped later. But giving away this information stinks a little, but I can just discard the Battlefield Forge next turn. Alright, take a bunch. Hooray! Alright, it's just Preacher. We got a lot of kill cards here. Alright, I think we go Soren, face, face. We lose something no matter what. So we can kill Soren and deal them 1. And then play the Thalia. I should have sent the 2-2 at the Soren. And then a 1-1 at the Soren, and then 2 at face. I missed the damage. That was a bad attack. They know about this, so I'll go and play it. No, they don't. They didn't. I discarded that one. Whoops. Oh well. I want to push towards mana for Giganta, I guess. Alright, so I get a 1-1 lifelinker. I don't think I'm going to be able to win. Ooh, that was a good draw. Oh no. Put a bunch of 5s on the bottom. I'm going to hold on to this Ornithopter. I think attacking is maybe wrong. Those double block, gain a life. I can first strike the Vampire, but I think that's not worth losing the Thalia. I might trade Preacher here. Preacher's been so impressive. Oh, that's wild, Yargle. I saw a store champs that was 3 people big living win. Alright. I will block. Bottom of my deck is really dense with great cards here, so the rest of the game is going to be scrappy. Fighting through these vampires is going to be tough. I really need to draw another Immodanes. Another Preacher. That's not good. Just buy Jags. What's up, Cam? Happy Friday to you as well. Yeah, Blitz Rogers, store champs. Got to buy in the first round and then won the second round. I will double block some Goblin Shaman. I don't think that they'll have another removal spell here, but maybe I'm wrong. They will kill the Novice, though, for sure. Nice, yeah. Evoke's good, man. Alright, so now they have Reflection plus Harvester. They can't quite kill the Giganta with the next turn, so I'll probably try to trade with the Preacher, but we're getting out of range for me to come back. Don't you want me like the other boys do? I guess I can copy this and then both of them pops the Giganta. Yeah, that sucks too. Alright, I think I'm going to concede. Preacher of the Schism. Alright, Dust Rose in. Weddings in. Cavern's not a big deal. Warden can probably come out. I basically don't like Warden against people with Fatal Push in their deck. But that could just be wrong. I've had it be really nice late game against Rakdos before. I think what we want to do is trim some Ornithopters. Whenever we play against Rakdos, Ornithopter always feels like a dud. It's like a speed card, and we need longevity cards. We can't really cut any of our Inspectors. So it's like, what can we cut besides that? I think Thalia is good. I think Immodanes is good. Immodanes is something that we can probably trim some number. Like, I don't mind cutting, like, Bushwhacker type cards after sideboard because they just have a lot more sweeper effects. Nice Superfly. The black and white set, I'm not a huge fan, but it's a cool little thing that they have for it. Alright, we'll keep this hand. And I'm going to play Warden on 1, because we just miss a damage if we don't. And if they thought sees us, they're going to take Knight Errant. I'm going to go ahead and demo. I think if they thought sees us, they're going to take the Knight Errant no matter what, but I want to have as much pressure in play as I can. Dust Legion. Okay, so we'll go Thalia plus Knight Errant. We'll do this so we can attack for 1 with the Inspector. Take Imidanes and another Thalia. And now Thalia should insulate us from the worst of the removal. And now Imidane's next turn should be pretty darn good. So basically this turn they have to go Thoughtseize my Imidanes, or very few things can save them. Second Mute Vault's probably not good enough. Breacher's definitely not good enough. Although now I don't know if I attack with everything. Alright, I'm going to attack with just Knight Errant. See what they do. That way I can Knight Errant again. Another Knight Errant, great. Yeah, this is probably way too much for them to deal with. We can even go Novice into another one. And that's turn 4. Anger here still leaves us with 3 creatures, 3 big ones. I don't, when I say anger, I mean any of the 3 mana things. We'll definitely just eat shit on this. Take 2. And then should be lethal with Imidanes. I knew about Imidanes, but I don't think holding back the block matters at all. This is... I guess they go to 1, sorry. Thought it was lethal, but the 1 life threw me off. I don't know what they could possibly have to survive here. Vein Ripper. I guess if they have a removal spell. So I guess we lead with Thalia to see if they have a kill spell. Okay, so we attack with all. They'll die. They go to 2, but they take 2. It's so scary. It's like I'm pretty sure I'm alive, but the Sorin minus is just so powerful with Vein Ripper. Alright. Thought it looked good though. Alright, I don't think we can keep this hand. It's pretty close, honestly. If this were a red-white duel, I think we'd keep. Like if it's pure duel, Emerald to 6. Let's see. I guess maybe we can keep it. I always trick myself into keeping hands like this. But it's just so powerful if we draw the land, and mulliganing against Thoughtseize is just so hard. Especially on the draw. I'm gonna keep, but it's dangerous. We'll lead with Thraben over Warden. We have the answer, actually, for the guy as well, which I really like. Okay, that's pretty good. We'll go Demo, Warden, Venerated. And now if they have Path of Peril, they have Path of Peril, but we did what we did. We did as best we could. Now, even if they go Soren minus Vein Ripper, we have Dust Rose to get rid of it and a big attack after. Another Harvester. They're probably going to use this Harvester to kill this. They have Fatal Push for this? No. I guess they might still. Can't play this. This is probably not the right play. The right play was probably just buff attack or just attack with everybody and offer the trade. But they didn't have it last turn or they 100% would have done it. And they didn't. Yeah, I should have just offered a trade. That was bad. I should have just been okay with this trading and attacked with everybody. Held on to this for a while. But I thought more damage would be better, and if I draw the land for Imidanes, I can punch through like Fable pretty well. We're still soft to path. Alright. They might have Vein Ripper in hand already. We're going to buff this a bit so it goes flying. I'm going to bottom the Knight Errant because if they Wrath me, I lose, and if they don't Wrath me, I think I win anyway. And I don't... Well, I can still win by drawing lands, right? To punch through with Imidanes. We'll offer the trade. They take 8 down to 4, or they have Fatal Push and they take 4 down to 8 and trade, or take 6 down to 6. What's up, Jessica? Doing pretty good, bud. Enjoying my game so far today. Alright, no Path of Peril one time. Discard Vein Ripper. They have a lot of looks at it, but we get to go Imidane to maybe punch through lethal through a Wrath. They have to discard hard to find the sweeper. They discarded Bone Crusher and a Blood Crypt. So far, my opponents haven't had it today. I've been very happy, you know? Ah, they found it. Unfortunate. Alright, so we'll just go Imidanes, put them to 1, and then hopefully another Imidanes after that we'll get them, or maybe we'll just draw into Epicure or something. If we drawn the third land a turn sooner for the Imidanes, we would have killed them easily. Unfortunate, but fine. Maybe I should not have shoved all in with my token generators, but... Soren. Gotta be Vayne, rep out. Alright, well, we need... What left play? Oh, the fucking Kiki Jiki left play. That's not good. Alright, well, I don't think I can win anymore. They just attacked me with 2 Vein Rippers next turn. One of them's got... I'm just going to concede. This combo has changed how Rakdos functions, and it's scary. One lander looks okay-ish. We'll keep. I'm going to put back, I guess, Resolute. And I'm going to go turn 1 Warden Ornithopters and activate. Looking for the land. Top cards of land. We'll keep it just so we can play 2 more things and then pump our original Warden. I think that's the first time I've ever activated Warden on turn 1. Into the Triome. Okay. Gonna be a lot of junk. Top the Venerated, I guess. It's just a lot of pressure next turn. And attack for 3. Since we're just scrying to the top anyway. Alright, so they have everything. Let's see, we can crew attack for 4. If they, I have a feeling they have binding, but they might have something even worse for me next turn. I'm just trying to get the most value out of my stuff before it all goes away. This seems fine, but I can't pump the Warden. I'll just attack for 3 again. I consider just doing it for 5 and popping Clue, but I thought missing the 3 damage would be too big of a deal. Alright, they're binding anyway, it's fine. That's what I was expecting. Kind of curious. I guess they wanted me to buff it before they hit it. Alright, has to just be some sort of removal, I suppose. We're just going to send with everybody. Pop Clue. Alright, and just play this tap, say go. Greater Tanuki. Oh, am I just dying? Man. Fucking Quint kill, man. So stupid. Man. Pioneer is like kind of rough sometimes, man. You just fucking die out of nowhere. We just have nothing. I'm gonna just like see how they kill me, I suppose. But 1-card combos, man. They left one of the 1-card combos. I don't understand why. I really don't understand why this card's in the format. It can never be fun to play against. It can never be fun to play against. Yeah. Kind of hate Magic for this shit, honestly. It's like every format. Containment Priest, does this stop the clone? Does this stop Spark Double? Can anyone let me know? Does Containment Priest stop Spark Double, chat? Because it enters as a Planeswalker. Lame. Okay, so we're trying to like turn 4 kill on the play, or have Thalia / Raidane. I wish I could yell at the people who make Magic sometimes. The ones who make the decisions. I'm gonna keep a hand that's another 1-lander. It's just so demoralizing to play against that card. I don't understand like why a 1-card 5-cost combo exists. Why, you know? Why? 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 Us Warden, we can Epic Hero Ornithopter buff next turn. Worst case scenario. I'm really sick of the like fake cascade shit. You know, fire ice, blood cards that dodge it, channel cards that dodge it. Alright, next turn we can go Epicure Luxodon. And then maybe still not lethal the turn after. It's pretty close. And it's a plus mountain, so they can do a binding here. I meant to pump. I do this. That's the second time I've done this stream, where I just mean to pump and forget / misclick. This time was just F6 too quickly. I was like, wait, can I try to undo it? This should be one bigger. So if we lose by 1, that's why. Right. Whatever, man. Oh no! No! Whatever shall we do? I wonder if I should just pop Clue onto instead of playing Novice. Yeah, of course. Alright, let's get the Novice down. Rub it 20 minutes long? I mean, I guess. I'll take it. It's better than nothing. Alright, well, if we draw the land, we're in good shape. If we don't draw the land, we can pop the Clue. Alright, kill a creature. Sure, sure. Land. Draw a card. They demo me, I'd be pretty happy. Discard a couple 1s, keep the 3. Okay. Alright, Shieldred. Time to lose. Play Knight Errant. What weekend song is this? It's called Is There Someone Else? It's off of Dawn FM, which was kind of panned. I guess we'll take Novice and Ornithopter so we have the most burst damage from the Imidanes. Maybe taking the Ornithopter is wrong. Playing against my Quintorius opponent. Have fun. Have fun getting fucking 1-card comboed. All you need is a Pithy Needle on a Quintorius and the game ends. Very fun. Pulling out of the veil. Alright. Plus, I'll just pitch Ornithopter. I'll just sack Ornithopter, you know? Just sacking my Ornithopter. Straight up sacking it. Alright, so Ornithopter. Raven. Wonder if I should draw a card looking for another 1-drop so I can Knight Errant for 5. I guess I can still do it for 4 if I don't, so let's just do that. We will go for... Can this hit Planeswalkers? No. Wish it could. Another Fatal Push. My man drew 4 1-drop cards. 4 of 8 in the top 13. Bank Bussa. Bank Bussy. Alright, so we have to give him a 2-2, unfortunate. But now we'll just get empty-handed, not worry about it. We're just going to attack for a lot. So we are dead on the crackback if we attack with everything and don't hit lethal. So the 2 Knight Errants are coming for sure. And then this can go at Lily. Let's see, if we attack with everything, they only have 2 blockers. And they can crew Bankbuster and have Bankbuster be one of the blockers so they can keep shielded around. But I don't think they even need to do that. They'll just like eat 2 small things. Yeah, we were just short no matter what we did. And we were going to get lethal on the crackback probably. So we'll do 10 at face and 1 at Lily just to keep it from minusing. Yeah, so this is going to trade, but they have no cards in hand. So I don't feel good about where I'm at, but I don't feel like we're dead. Just feel like we're in trouble. Gyrie Sanitarium's gross. They can pop Chafet Dunes. Looks like that's what they're going to do. Wonder if I should buy Gigantha. I guess it depends on what I draw for turn. Gross. They get a 2-2, gain some life, we lose some life. I don't think we can win this game. Our opponent's draw was too strong and our draw was too weak in the early turns. Alright, so if we attack with everything, they have 3 blockers. They block here, 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 take 2. You win, you win, you win. Okay, I do want Lorans and I want Weddings. And got some Resolutes. Hornies. Treat them like Rakdos mid. In the play. I will keep, I guess. I think it's probably bad, but we just have a lot of cards that are good against discard in terms of the first Thoughtseize is not that strong. The second one is strong. The third one is strong. We get to play Thrabit on 1. And we can crack the clue on 2. I'll play any creature I draw on turn 2. That way I can push towards Eos. Alright. Now any sort of Thoughtseize effect is blunted. Waste not. Draw a card in response. I don't mind taking a damage here, so we're going to leave open Battlefield Forge in case we drew Epicure, which we did. And I'll just go ahead and play that over. Maybe I shouldn't play it. I think I'm going to get hit with a Wrath here, but I guess I just still have a good follow-up turn with Wedding Announcement. That I just want to max punish them for not playing it if they don't have it. Because we're not lethaling with Imidanes, but it's pretty fucking close. 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah. No play. Okay. Yeah, just make them have it. And now, even if they have it, we still hit them with the Knight Errant. So my guess is they'll kill Knight Errant and then untap and try to Wrath me. We'll probably be left with Imidanes. But they just need the land. Yeah, Ray of Enfeeblement. They're 9. That was a big damage soaker, though. Alright, so they blow these 4. Oh. So I get a card and a 2/2. They're trying to squeeze me. Wonder how much different this game is if I just play Wedding on 3. I don't know. Main phase Guy Reach, lol. So they have 2 blockers, maybe 1 removal spell. We draw a land, we'll crack the clue. Guess we should still crack a clue. Alright, so let's swing with everybody. They block the 2 big ones, and they take 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay, they're still dead. So the Epicure wasn't even necessary, I just didn't count. They didn't have the Sweeper. That was good. This hand is actually not that good, but we're going to keep. Just because we can Thraben and draw a card if we need, or Darren. I'm going to play Epicure first. I don't think I'm going to draw a card on 2, and I'd rather them kill the Epicure than the Thraben for a couple of reasons, and I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. No waste not, though. That's good news. I'm going to attack, play Thraben, probably Blood EOT. And then on 3, we can either Immodanes or Night Errant, depending on what they do. You play any Modern since the ban? I played some yesterday. I talked to a lot of people about it though. I think I have a good grasp of what the format's gonna look like. Go blank. Okay. Alright, I'm not gonna discard anything. Gonna hold on to my Knight Errant. What if I just draw a card? I feel like if I play Immodanes, I'm just gonna get hit with a discard 2 again and lose. Alright, we'll keep Immodanes. Thoughtseize, sure. Okay, no cards left. Gonna play Novice. We'll plan to EOT, draw a card. This protects us from another Go Blank or similar. Guess we could have main phase popped, but that way if we draw a land, we can play it. Alright, we'll go ahead and draw a card with a clue. Knight Errant's pretty good. It's gonna be hard to punch through that Shieldred though, man. Alright, we got a really good turn lined up for the next turn. They can't really afford to attack too much with the Shieldred. We're gonna try to wait as long as we can for the Immodanes. We do have 2 basics, so we're not really that afraid of Field of Ruin, which is nice. Alright, that's fine. We can still just do Thraben Novice plus Venerated, which I like. This is why I have 2 basics in the deck. This and I just like playing more basics in general. I just hate losing to Field of Ruin, and it just happens so often. If they respond to the Thalia, they don't. And now my Knight Errant is pretty big. I can attack through the Shieldred. I don't really want to play the Ornithopter. I want a chump blocker in case they have the mini sweeper here. Sweep the little guys. I'll seize my Emidanes. No fun. Guy Reach is gross. But they don't have Waste Not, so it's just Shieldred triggers. I don't mind my own life total too much here, so I'm going to go ahead and pop a Blood. Should discard an Ornithopter. If we attack with everything, they have the Hive. We'll just attack for 5 and see if they want to chump or trade. My guess is they will not trade, and we'll play Knight Errant post-combat. Imidanes times 2 probably. Maybe should play Ornithopter to have a blocker for Hive, but without Shieldred in play, I'm not that scared. Another Shieldred, okay. Alright, these two definitely. Then maybe hold back 2. What happens if... So they can go to 19 here with the Guy Reach. And we go to 6, and then we go to 4, and we might die to the Hive and the Shieldred. Let's see, if we attack with these... 10... If they can block here, they're still dead. 19, 3, 6, 9, 10, 19. They can trade here or block here. I send with everybody, and they kill, block here, kill. Let's see, they block here, kill here. They take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So they can't. Hold on. All right, so they block here, kill here. They take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 14, 17. Okay, so this is lethal through block removal. And it's lethal through Guy Reach block. Let me just double check. All right, so block here, kill here. 3, 4, 7, 11, 14, 17. All right, in. I think we're good. Even with 1 removal on a block, doesn't matter. Discard Thalia. They can... I'm pretty sure they block a 5 and go to 0. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 12, 16, 20, yeah. Very fun game. Very fun match. The playing around the 3-mana sweepers, fun. Difficult but fun. Nice. What's up, Scoot? Alright, so we went 3-2 with Boros Convoke. Honestly, at this point, you know, I know the strengths and weaknesses of the deck. I feel like a 3-2 is somewhat on the money in terms of I expect to win about 65% of my matches or so. And we are extremely weak to 1-card combos. We're extremely weak to combos in general that are non-interactive because our deck doesn't play a bunch of spot removal, We have a bunch of things to kind of win through sweepers and removal as opposed to disruption. And while cards like Folly Garden of Thraben are good at disruption, they're often not enough after sideboard. Our opponents are well prepared to beat something like it. And so it becomes a little bit harder, which is why we have Rydane and Containment Priest. Wedding Announcement has been a little too slow for me lately, and I think that that's still true. I might want to try out. There's a 2-cost thing that lets you play creatures off the top of the deck. That one actually seems like it could be better than Wedding Announcement, and it only lets you do it once per turn. But I mean, getting a free creature every turn in our deck is pretty nice, and we have a lot of ways to manipulate the top of the deck. So I'll probably look into trying that out at some point. There's also the red case. It lets you play like Experimental Frenzy. We could play the Showdown of the Scalds. I've had that in my sideboard before. But I don't really feel like we're having trouble winning the grindy long games. We lose the short games. We lose when our opponent finds their combo or their best 1-2 punch before we can threaten lethal, or even like with interaction so that we can't threaten lethal physically. The Vein Ripper stuff makes the Rakdos matchup a lot harder. I'm not sure if we should go to something like Giant Killer, but Giant Killer is something that I've been considering. And if you cut the Resolute Reinforcements for 2 Giant Killers, I don't think anybody is going to sweat you about it. I don't think anybody's going to really care too much. Dust Rose Reliquary, I think, is still solid. I would probably keep 2, maybe still play 3. The Containment Priests, we didn't see them come up, but Amalia combo is relatively popular, so I would recommend them. Lorna of the Third Path, we drew it once but didn't ever cast it. I still think 2 is fine, especially for temporary lockdown matchups. Rydane and Valkymera, both solid in multiple matchups. The Cavern of Souls were pretty good. I don't know if the third one needs to be in the sideboard. We can probably finagle it into the main deck. It would likely need to be over Needle Verge Pathway, but that takes away a red source for Gleeful Demolition, which is a little awkward. Because I think we're already a little light on red sources for Gleeful. Right now we got 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we got 16 with the 2 Needle Verge, and if we cut 1 Needle Verge, we'd have to go to 15. I haven't activated Chefat Dunes in a long time. We could have activated it that game, but it got hit with a Field of Ruin. But I think that it just is not activated enough. So Chefat Dunes for the Cavern of Souls, and then we get an extra sideboard slot. It's probably fine. And I might recommend something like 2 Alpine Moon to help out against Lotus Field. But I would maybe rather just play like Third Thalia or something. Anyway, this has been Boros Convoke. I'm Tandy. Make sure to check out our sponsors, ApexGaming.gg. Apex Season 4 begins in just under a month. I'll be there doing some commentary over a Team Trios event, as well as a Modern event on Sunday. But the Team Trios event on Saturday is going to be a bunch of fun. That's going to be on the April 13th weekend in Caldwell, Ohio. Make sure to head on out to Apex to play with your friends. We're going to be doing a lot more team stuff this year, so if you pick 2 friends, lock in formats, you can have a really fun year playing the Apex series and qualify for the Invitational with your buddies. Next up, thanks to Games and Comics Paradise, gcparadise.com. They are a one-stop shop local game store for all things TCG related, from Yu-Gi-Oh! To Lorcana, Magic the Gathering. You can check out gcparadise.com, get anything you need. Lastly, we build all our decks on Moxfield. Moxfield's a great tool for building and sharing your deck lists. Make sure to check out Moxfield today, moxfield.com. I'm Tandy. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button on your way out. Check out my Patreon for written content if you like sideboard guides and theory pieces, as well as just general thoughts on the game of Magic. See you later.